I know. When you take the Compass math test, if there were any test that I'd say take it more than once, it would be the math portion. You want to go in and shoot for the highest level that you're comfortable with the first time. If you've just gotten done taking Algebra 2 and you're great at algebra, then go in and take that algebra portion. But if you are like, math is scary, not my best subject, then check the level of math that's required for the curriculum that you're going to take, and then take the math test that's matching with that level. So you might be wanting to take the arithmetic test or the algebra test. One of those two is going to get you in the classes that are going to be the best for you. The algebra test will put you at what we call college ready. You can take any class you want to. The arithmetic test will probably only give you a level that would get you into some of the classes that you need for a certificate. And maybe that's your goal. If that's your goal, then go ahead. The main thing I want to tell you is review, review, review before you take this test. Unfortunately, math is not like riding a bike. You forget it very quickly. So make sure you review before you go in and take that test. The arithmetic portion is going to be on fractions, decimals, percentages, and averages. If you know how to do fractions, and decimals and percentages, you're going to be golden. One of the big things about fractions and decimals is there's different rules for different functions. If you're adding and subtracting fractions, you do something different than if you're multiplying fractions, and you do something again differently if you are dividing fractions. Here's a tip that I learned at a recent brain conference that I went to. Put hand motions with the functions, and they don't have to be magical. I have some that I've written down that I've used with my students, but they're nothing magic. You make one up. What we said is if you're adding and subtracting fractions, you have to find a common denominator. We used this hand motion, but just use one that works for you. If you are multiplying fractions, we used go straight across. If you're dividing fractions, flip and multiply. By putting those actions to the function, it will help you remember what you're supposed to do when you get in there and you see the problem in front of you. Practice that at home. Don't just rely on somebody else to do it for you. Do it with your own body, and it'll stick in your brain. If you're taking the algebra portion, you're going to be going over things like algebraic expressions, polynomials, know your exponents and the rules that go with that, and also things on linear equations. I really don't have as many tips for you on math except review, review, review. Get on some practice tests. There's great ones on mel.org, which is the Michigan e-library. There's great ones just on Google free practice math tests, and things will come up. Find a math teacher in your school that can help you, and review before you take the test. Good luck.